Almost disappeared.
Shall we start? Your Excellency, President Dilma Rousseff, Your Excellency, Chancellor Angela Merkel, Your Excellency, Prime Minister Shinzo Abe, distinguished delegation, member, I am delighted to welcome you all. Thank you for attending this meeting early on a Saturday morning. I want to specially thank Prime Minister Abe, who had just arrived in New York. The subject of reforms in the United Nations Security Council has been the focus of global attention for decades. Unfortunately, without progress so far. Our group of 4 countries, G-4, came together in 2004, bound by our shared commitment to global peace and prosperity. Our faith in multilateralism and our willingness to assume our global responsibilities that we need, that the world expects from us. I'm delighted that we are meeting again as heads of the government after 10 years. As I had reflected in my letter, on the 17th anniversary of the United Nations, we live in a fundamentally different world from the time the UN was born. The number of member states has grown fourfold. Threats to peace and security have become more complex, unpredictable, and undefined. In many ways, our lives are becoming globalized, but fault lines around our identities are growing. We live in a digital age. The global economy changes with new engines of growth, more widely dispersed economic power, and widening wealth gap. trends in demography, urbanization, and migrations are posing new challenges. Climate change and terrorism are new concerns. Cyber and space are entirely new frontiers of our opportunities and challenges. Yet, our institutions, approaches, and often mindsets reflect the wisdom of the century we have left behind, not the century we live in. This is especially true of the United Nations Security Council. The reform of the Security Council within a fixed time frame had become an urgent and important task. The Security Council must include the world's largest democracies, major locomotives of the global economy, and voice from all the major countries. It will carry greater credibility and legitimacy and will be more representative and effective in addressing the challenges of the 21st century. After decades, we finally see some moment. The 69th session of the Central General Assembly had taken a significant step forward to commence tax-based negotiations. This would not have been possible but for the dynamic leadership of His Excellency Mr. Shri and Ambassador Courtney Rattray. However, this is just the first step. We should aim to take this process to its logical conclusion during the 70th session. I am confident that our meeting today will give a big impetus to our efforts in this direction. I now invite President Dilma Rousseff to make brief opening remarks. Thank you.
Senhor Narendra Modi, primeiro-ministro da Índia, senhora Angela Merkel, chanceler da Alemanha, senhor Shinzo Abe, primeiro-ministro do Japão, senhoras e senhores integrantes das delegações, senhores chefes de Estado e de Governo, eu queria dizer que a cúpula do G4 ocorre em um momento bastante significativo. Este ano, nós celebramos os 70 anos da criação das Nações Unidas e também estamos também celebrando os 10 anos do G4. De lá para cá, a situação mudou de forma bastante concreta. Em 45, eram 51 estados que integravam a Assembleia Geral das Nações Unidas. E o Conselho de Segurança das Nações Unidas tinha 11 membros, portanto, 22%. Hoje, são 193 estados e um Conselho de Segurança composto de 15 membros. Portanto, uma queda bastante significativa no percentual de representação do Conselho vis-à-vis a Assembleia. A realidade internacional também passou por profundas mudanças. Acredito que a adoção neste ano da Agenda 2030 vai permitir que se dê passos concretos pela via das negociações para que nós encontremos soluções para um problema bastante relevante que é a questão da mudança do clima. Acredito também que, quando se trata da paz e da segurança coletiva, que hoje estão ameaçados, esses resultados não foram muito avançados. Por isso, a reforma do Conselho de Segurança da ONU permanece como a principal questão pendente na agenda da ONU. Nós precisamos de um Conselho renovado que reflita adequadamente a nova correlação de forças mundial, muito distinta daquela de 1945. Precisamos de um Conselho de Segurança representativo, legítimo e eficaz. Reafirmo nessas palavras iniciais o firme compromisso do Brasil com o G4 e com o nosso objetivo comum de fortalecer o sistema multilateral de paz e segurança e reservo o resto do meu pronunciamento para a próxima intervenção. Muito obrigado.
Now, I invite Chancellor Merkel to make brief opening remarks.
Ja, sehr geehrter Herr Premierminister, lieber Narendra Modi, liebe Frau Präsidentin Dilma Rousseff, lieber Shinzo Abe, Premierminister. Ich freue mich auch, heute an diesem Treffen teilzunehmen und begrüße, dass nach 10 Jahren wieder die Staats- und Regierungschefs unserem Anliegen der Reform des Sicherheitsrats eine besondere Unterstützung verleihen. Ich fühle mich dieser Gruppe auch vollkommen verpflichtet und wir sollten weiter intensiv gemeinsam arbeiten. Wir haben 70 Jahre nach Gründung der Vereinten Nationen mit der Agenda 2030 mit den Sustainable Development Goals eigentlich für die nächsten 15 Jahre eine gute Arbeitsgrundlage in einer sich verändernden Welt. Diese Grundlage ist deshalb so gut, weil sie alle einbezieht, nicht nur Entwicklungsländer, sondern entwickelte und sich entwickelnde und Industrieländer gleichermaßen. Die Situation auf der Welt ist zum Teil dramatisch, Staaten zerfallen, nichtstaatliche Akteure, Terroristen und organisierte Kriminalität destabilisieren ganze Regionen. Es gab noch nie so viele Flüchtlinge nach dem Zweiten Weltkrieg wie heute, Terror, Naturkatastrophen und für viele Menschen auch fehlende Perspektiven. Auf der anderen Seite haben wir auch einiges geschafft. Die absolute Armut ist halbiert. Aber wir spüren, um die Probleme, vor denen wir stehen, zu lösen, brauchen wir neue Arbeitsmethoden. Und neue Arbeitsmethoden sind im Gegensatz zu einer neuen Agenda eben noch nicht geschaffen. Und dazu gehört eine Reform des Sicherheitsrats, die die wirklichen Kräfteverhältnisse weltweit besser widerspiegelt, als das heute der Fall ist. Wir haben in den letzten Jahren gemerkt, dass wir sehr klug und umsichtig vorgehen müssen und vor allen Dingen, dass wir auch mit anderen sprechen müssen und Verbündete finden müssen, um dieses Ziel einer Reform des Sicherheitsrates zu erreichen. Aber ich glaube, es gibt eine Stimmung, die deutlich macht, nicht nur
But I think there is an underlying mood that not only the four of us are not content with the current structure of the Security Council, there are many others who have voiced similar views. So this is not an exclusive meeting today. These are just a group of states, as I see it, that wish to take others along in order to change the Security Council in such a way that it is actually better equipped to weather the challenges of the 21st century in its composition. Thank you for inviting us here today and for making this meeting possible.
Thank you, Chancellor. I now invite Prime Minister Shinzo Abe to make brief opening remarks.
まず議長を務めていただきましたモディ首相のご尽力に感謝申し上げたいと思います。本年は国連創設70周年であります。安保理改革にとって歴史的な好機であります。この機会に2004年以来11年ぶりとなる G-4 首脳会合を開催できたわけですが、まさにモディ首相のご尽力によってメルケル首相、そしてルセフ大統領と我々一堂に会することができ、Chancellor Merkel,
we are getting together. I think there is a great significance in this.
大多数の国々の声に
We must respond to the voices of great majority of the nations in reforming Security Council. We must make United Nations befitting the 20th century. We have a resolve, and we have to communicate our resolve to the rest of the world. So, since 2004, G4 countries have made various efforts. And we must note the fact that the situation has changed so much from the year 2004. There is a mounting momentum for change. Regarding the substance of the change, we are having a good amount of discussion which is boiling down to certain results. So, in this context, we are having this summit meeting of G4. I hope that this will be led to the concrete outcome. Thank you.
Thank you, Prime Minister. We will now continue our discussion in a closed meeting.